Hey guys, let's begin. My name is Kay and this is the Collective Soul Tarot. Today I'm doing an alphabet reading. I just finished a collective and I'm actually going to do another alphabet reading after this one because I kind of have to get caught up. There's 26 and I only work 20 days of the month, right? So I have to figure out how I'm going to do this. I may have to work on the weekend too, just to get them out finished. But yes, so the alphabet reading, if you haven't listened to one before, and I want to say welcome to my subscribers and new subscribers. Welcome, thank you for subscribing, and also to viewers and new viewers. If you've never been to this alphabet reading before, I have a playlist on the channel, the Collective Soul Tarot channel, that has all the different letters that I've done so far, which is in this little container right now. And these are the ones that I've got left to do. It's about your first name, I choose an initial, a tile, which will be the initial for your first, middle, last, or nickname that you most identify with, right? Like if your name is John, for example, but you go by Billy as a nickname, or Bob, or something, just anything. If you're really most known by Billy as opposed to John, then you would be reading, you would go and watch the B alphabet, the B name, I call it, the B name reading. So just that idea, all right? So whatever letter I pull today is going to be your reading if this initial actually applies to you. And if it doesn't, go find it. If I haven't done it yet, subscribe and you'll get notification as to when your letter shows up, that we actually do a reading on your letter. So if you, without further ado, please subscribe and like if you like what you hear, and I won't take any more time. Let's go ahead and this is all about, I just wanted to say this is about narrowing the information down through the tarot cards that you get whenever you watch a tarot card reading, like the collective, like your zodiac signs. This is going to take it even further down. Like the collective is like this, right? With the zodiac, it's more like this. But with the alphabet, it's more like this. It's more manageable. It's more like it's going to resonate with you and not the whole collective or all those people that have the same zodiac signs. This is 1 in 26. The zodiacs are 1 in 12 or 4 in 12 that you can refer to. So let's begin. I'm going to ask Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit to help guide me. I'm not watching. I'm not looking. To choose the tile of the person that needs it most. R, very good. Okay, we're going to do R. So again, like if your name is, you're born with Robert but you go by Bob, then you go to the B readings, not the R reading. But you can, whatever you want to listen to R readings, that's fine. It might resonate with you more than the B reading. So we're going to talk about our names today. Archangel Michael and my Holy Spirit, please help, assist, and guide me today with correctly interpreting the energies in these cards and to help me see clearly. So what do we have for our names today for today? It is Thursday, September the 21st, 2023. Thank you so much. What do our names most need to know that will help bring peace to their hearts and hope? We're doing a Celtic cross reading, current situation and the energies. 2 of Pentacles, somebody who's made a decision. Yahoo! Somebody's made a decision. This particular deck, a lot of other decks kind of go like they're like really not balanced. This one is very balanced. As you can see, they're very close to being across from each other, not like here and here. So somebody's made a decision. They have their heart and mind balanced too. Your heart, if you have not been, you're more like a logical, practical, not so much of an airy-fairy or even an airy-fairy person. Whatever you are in most, like I was an airy-fairy person, okay? I lived in the fantasy world and, not to the point where I was sick in the head. You know what I'm saying? But my husband, he was very grounded in his energy, and so he helped balance me to bring some groundedness into my way of thinking and behaving. And so but at the same time I was elevating him because he was so stuck to the 3D world, but I elevated him. Okay, so to help him see that it's not just about, there's two sides of you. There's the heart side, like the spirit side to you, and the actual physical 3D ego personality side. You have to balance them. The heart and the mind, yin and the yang, they have to be listening to each other and informing each other, and that's what's happening here. So what crosses this? The Queen of Swords. Okay, this Queen of Swords could be the one. Well, let's go further, because I don't want to say it's a love or a love reading until I know more. This distant past, Temperance. Okay, maybe coasting. Coasting is healing. You're coasting, not really doing anything, because you're spending time trying to balance your energies, the yin and the yang, the mind and the heart. Passion, right? Trying to balance them and heal. Coasting. Or, if it was upside down reversed, it means you're not coasting anymore. You're actually going to be, it's divine timing, then it means go. It means go. It's time to go. But that's the distant past. So I feel like it's more about coasting, healing. So the recent past, Hermit, well, there you go. Coasting, healing. This is where you get enlightenment by the divine. You've grown wiser. You're looking at where you're stepping now, and you see a snake as a snake. Whoever it was in your life before, you didn't necessarily see them as a snake, but at some point in time, they started showing their fangs. So the divine is going to guide you up even higher on your path here. See the big mountain? You're going to be even guided higher and higher and ascend in an awakening. We awaken many times throughout our lifetime. Like, we have many different times when we receive awakening, if that makes sense. Okay, so what are you thinking about our names? The Wheel of Fortune. You're thinking about an abundant, prosperous, new beginning, way forward, because the wheel is turning in your favor after you've been able to heal from some karma that you had to pay off first from whatever misdeeds, negative deeds you've done in the past to something or to someone. And you're seeing somebody, you're thinking about them as being a destined path. That's your destined path to be with them. Okay, bridging energy, Page of Cups. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Looks like you want to give your cup of love at least a message that says, hi, how are you doing? Been thinking about you. It's been such a long time. I wanted to reconnect. Hope we can talk sometime. What are you fearing? Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is fear. You're troubled about your finances right now, and or you're feeling left out in the cold by this one here, who's going to be in your environment in the next second. But distance between two people, right? Trouble between two people. That's what you're fearing, that's going to continue. That you feel like that already, but you're fearing it's going to stay like that. She's not going to want to have anything to do with you. She or he. Let's see here. It can be she or he at this point. Okay. In your environment, who's there? Death. Somebody that put an end to something and has transformed themselves. Beautiful. That is good. There's nothing wrong with that. Death is good. Death is death and transformation. Death and rebirth. Something abruptly ends. You put an end to something. You actually put an end to something. Not the divine. You did. And you're moving forward, though, because it's going to cause you to transform your life in a good way. What are you hoping for? The Chariot. You're hoping to be prepared, because you get the signal, right? You get the signal from your person who's in your environment that they would very much like to talk to you, that they want to communicate with you, and you're prepared to get going, to move, fast movement forward. And so what's the energy you're sitting in? The Ten of Cups. Okay. Looks like you might be married, or at least in a long-term commitment with somebody. Doesn't necessarily mean you're married, but it's close enough, right? Because you might have kids too. By the way, the person who's in your environment is not necessarily the environment like as in your house or your neighborhood or the town you live in or the state or country or nearby country. It could just mean your aura and your energy, because each of us have a magnificent, huge aura around us, each one of us. And people we think about often, have feelings for, soul family members and all that sort of stuff, they're in your aura all the time. Your ancestors, they're in your aura, they're in your energy, advising you all the time. So the person that you're thinking about is in your aura because you're thinking about them, you have feelings for them. And if she's thinking about you a lot, it means she's in your energy because you're thinking about her and have feelings for her. But you could also be in her energy because she's thinking about you. So this is environment here. That's the environment in your aura is what I'm trying to say. The Chariot and the Ten of Cups energy, clarification, we have the World. Putting it, okay. A successful completion of a cycle. Yeah. And moving, and because of that, same as idea as this, when you put an end to something, you make room for new things to come in. So a new cycle will begin once you put the successful completion to this old cycle, which is ending, which means this marriage or long-term commitment is on its way out, if not out already. And you want to bring a connection, you want to heal. You've been healing. You want to balance your energies, your yin and yang, right? To heal. When you do that, you actually heal. Your mind and your heart heal. And then you'll be able to heal, because when you're healed, you can help others heal. You can't heal anyone's, but you can help others heal. But you can heal a connection. You can. So that's what you want to do. Now, I want to remind you that the star is number 17 in the major arcana of the deck. That's just after number 16, of course, which is the Tower card. So something has come down, which is why you put an end to this this cycle here, this long-term commitment you had with somebody else. And now you're going to be able to heal that one, this connection with the one here in your environment. What's the energy? Oh, she resting, taking respite, healing herself, making sure that she's laying down anything that is adverse to being able to heal. She's laying that down. She's taking respite. And the Seven of Pentacles. She's spending time in her garden, looking at the past, seeing what she's planted and sown and has grown as fruits on her tree that she can harvest. So she's looking at the past to see what she's managed to gain from the past, that she's been able to learn her lessons from. She's been able to grow from the hardships she's had in her life, that the past delivered that up for her, that gave her opportunities. It may not have felt that great in the beginning, but over time she's come to learn, she's become wiser, and she's committed to making sure that she always keeps her garden tended to, pulling out the weeds that come up, just spontaneously pop up, which is like a belief or a pattern of thinking that's down in your subconscious mind, that you're operating from. You may not even realize you're operating from it, but you need to become aware of that kind of belief that you're having that's causing blocks in your life, and she's doing that. And then she's pulling those weeds out and she's handing them over to God through this time of healing. That's beautiful. I love that combination. Absolutely beautiful. Okay, the end of the deck, or back of the deck, we have the Cup of Love, which is the divinely inspired saying, yes, big cup of love. So you want to, this is you want to, our names, mend a connection. God is saying, the divine is saying, yes, we think that's a really good idea. And if you do so, we are going to fulfill you and her heart up so full with love for each other that it will be unmistakable. unmistakable. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Six of Cups, because she is the one that you remember memorably. You have very fond memories of the time you spent together when you first met in the past. This is somebody from your past that you're wanting to give your cup of love to, that the divine is saying, yes, 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 go ahead and do it. The King of Swords is all about saying things straight, no mincing words, no emotions involved. I'm going to be straight, transparent, and truthful with clarity beyond clarity for you, my love, right? I will not ever be deceptive or hiding anything from you again, because it went bad. You know, like that kind of behavior caused his relationships or her relationships to go south. Now I'm going to say him. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a him, but this is a man here, and I think that this is the one that he wants to reapproach. Okay, the Queen of Swords, and because, you know, balance. It could be balance after living with the Queen of Swords in reverse. Okay, having to find balance again. Okay, but it could also be being balanced now. The Queen of Swords is the one that he's going to be approaching. As a King of Swords, you know, the two would match. They're on the same page about things, which is what's needed in order to mend a troubled connection or no connection. And the Queen of Pentacles is the one that he was currently, recently, in a long-term commitment with. But as the King of Swords too, this is involving lawyers, the court, the legal system, documents needing to be signed. It's about entering into divorce. You know, getting divorced and no longer being attached, legally attached to the Queen of Pentacles here, who may have been somebody who was quite 3D focused, that lower resonance, where she loved being in the relationship with him because it was whatever he could provide her with. It set her up good. She was status and power and control because of what she was able to acquire with that marriage. Maybe they've got a nice big house, our names, and maybe she's got a great nice car, our names, and she's part of some society or whatever, and you know, maybe she's got a job too. It's hard to say, but it's about the finances, that what she's got her eye on the pentacle. It's about what the pentacle can do. And of course, this one here, the King of Swords energy, I must say, can be a professional as well. Somebody who's in the business world, working for a corporation, whatever, but in a higher position job, career. And so he's a professional. He's the one you're going to see on the street. Not the street, but in the office building with a tie and suit on, maybe even a vest with a tie and suit on. He's well adorned because he's good at what he does. He has a lot of professionalism in him because he says things like it is, but with tact. Okay, so let's move on. I hope that makes sense. You're in a marriage, at least a long-term commitment, our names, or you were, and you're in the process of dissolving that, so that you know, you're closing out that cycle on that particular relationship and the life that one was attached to. You're closing your cycle out on that, and she's put an end to whatever it is that she felt she had to put an end to. So that's good, really good. When you see her as your destined path, that's the Wheel of Fortune. Let's talk about the Queen of Swords and the Two of Pentacles. You're healing. You know, you're moving into a temperate spot, place in your mind and heart, being balanced. Okay, Eight of Cups. Yep, moving on. The Moon, King of Cups, and the Devil. Seven of Swords. Okay, so you have had to balance your energies because you were living in toxicity before. either by the way you operated on your life, in your life, with deception, the shadowy side of your nature, you know, the darker side of your nature, where you just didn't trust the world enough to be able to just operate from a very, you know, transparent and upfront, honest, completely honest. I don't want to say you never were honest, but a completely honest, like, this is what, you know, what you see is what you get. You know, I'm not going to be being deceitful or mysterious or trying to hide anything. No more hiding what it is I don't want others to know about me. And that could be your emotions as well, because with the King of Cups, you had you're not necessarily, you feel deeply, but you don't necessarily express it. But nonetheless, you're a caring, compassionate, intuitive, really nice man. Okay, you're a nice man, but you're walking away from you're suppressing your emotions for people and how you behaved, you know, from a toxic way of thinking. And perhaps your Queen of Pentacles was toxic too. She had her toxic ways of doing things. You're resonating at the same level, our names. But you have risen because you balanced, remember? You brought balance in between your heart and mind. You're now a King of Cups. You're in the energy of a King of Cups. You're a lot softer. You know, you're like the type of person someone wants to cuddle up with, you know, and go, oh, you feel so good, you know, that kind of thing, right? You're just a more relaxed and easier going kind of person. Not trying to think of some kind of, you don't have an agenda. You're just being you now. And yeah, this Queen of Swords, I'd have to say, is the one that you're trying to approach. But you know that she's going to have some difficult questions for you because of your sneaky ways before, that how you operated with her underhandedly, sneaky, lying, deceptive, just dishonest, coming across as though you're someone you weren't. Maybe, you know, that you're single instead of married, that kind of thing, our name. So Temperance, Archangel Michael and Holy Spirit, please tell me about Temperance. The Hanging Man, makes sense. Yep, courage and strength. And the Page of Pentacles with the Knight of Swords. Yes, it's all beautiful. So the distant past, you have been straightening your act out from what happened between the two of you in the past and since then. So between the time that you met this person here, your Queen of Swords, excuse me, from that time, which might have been a few years ago, if not more than that, you have had what you've done to her, because you've developed feelings for her that you didn't think you were going to, because she was just an affair after all. But you end up developing feelings for her. You couldn't get her out of your mind. And so you, with all that thinking, because, you know, the divine says yes, yes, yes towards that one, right? Yes, yes, yes. So the divine has probably been keeping you thinking about her for it to work on your mind, you know, little by little, working on you, so that you start letting the divine in to clarify things for you. And that's where you were hanging by your foot. The divine put you by your foot so you'd stay put for a while. This is a distant past. It encouraged you to let go of the material world because you were too focused on it before, where there wasn't enough heart in your life, just pentacles more than hearts. Your focus was too much on what you could get from the world, right? Without really considering what your heart wanted. So they're falling out of your pocket so that you can empty your pockets and start afresh, upside down, new perspective, seeing the world from different vantage point, maybe even seeing what happened with her through her eyes, right? And the divine is here. He's making you look at and saying, that's who you are right there. You're the light, which is, you know, pure truth and honesty and love and all the, you know, great things of that the heart is all about. You've been able to lay down, what do you call it? What is it? Make this beast, tame your beast. That's it. Tame your beast, which is the ego, right? The lion represents the ego, also loyalty, but in this sense, the ego. You're taming the ego. You're taking it along with you because you can't leave your ego behind. You can tame it, yes. But if you were to actually, you couldn't kill your ego. I'm just saying. But if, let's say you could, that just means you'd be dead too. So when you die, your ego dies. But if you're still alive and breathing, you're just tamed it to the point where there's more heart in your everyday thoughts, and the heart-centered thoughts, heart-centered intentions, heart-centered behaviors. More of that going on. And you are you've been thinking about giving her a pentacle, but at the same, like an offer of something tangible, but it's also saying that there, in your distant past, there is a child. This could be that your distant past it's got to include the prioritizing your child as well, but you're going to be laying it all down for her truthfully, telling her about the child, telling her about everything else, the child or children. You could have more than one or two with your Queen of Pentacles. So that's the distant path. Let's look at the most recent with the Hermit and the divine light guiding you and showing you the error of your ways, as well as what's on your path if you go backwards. You're just going to step on a poisonous snake, which would be this Queen of Pentacles, or whoever else. Whenever you go backwards, it's kind of like going down the rabbit hole, going deeper and deeper into your anxiety and depression and toxic ways. Knight of Cups, King of Wands, Magician. This one wants to come out. Well, two, they both want to come out. Yeah, okay. Okay, so this is all great. You know, you've been tempering, right? You're tempering your emotions in your mind. You've been healing, spending time in introspection, like doing some research on yourself, going deep, letting things come up for you to look at them and say, well, what the heck? Why do I have that in there? Oh yeah, I guess I do. I guess I do kind of think that way. Oh my God, I didn't believe I thought that way. You know, things like, you're feeling, I could do that. Yeah, that's something I could do. And then immediately in the flip side, it says, now, who do you think you are? You can't do that. That's that pattern of thinking, that belief that you have as bad weed in your subconscious mind. You're being able, with the help of the divine, to see that, to see all those bad weeds, so you can pull them out of your garden, and you will grow a beautiful garden as a result, because you're going to be wanting to like ride up, giddy up to her, to offer her your devoted and sincere cup of love. As a result of your healing, you're taking action to do that. You are handsome and sexy and all that sort of stuff, but you're a go-getter, and you are just so enamored by her. You find her sexy too, sexy and beautiful, and you're manifesting that movement forward, that kind of new life experience, because you've manifested this new path that's lit up now that you didn't see before, because you were always on this other path, which is 3D, lower level resonancy, 3D focused. Now you're rising up because the divine's coming in and enlightening your mind, which is the divine, remember, is the heart, coming into the mind, and you're taking more notice of how you really feel about people and things. And you're taking that into consideration. You're making note of it. Mental note. What once got you all caught up in your head, the heart is now literally releasing you from all of this, which would be reverse. But this is being so caught up in your head. This is high worry and concern. And I think that in some respect it's still this way because you don't know how she's going to respond to you if or when you do actually go towards. Now remember, the divine is saying yes, yes, yes. So please keep that in mind. All right. So what is in your mind? What is in your mind? Our names. What's in your mind? Let's see. We got the Wheel of Fortune, You see her as a destined path. You paid off your karma from the past. What's on your horizons? Aha, a blank slate, telling the truth. Emperor, yay, I'm so happy for you. 6 of Wands, hello. And the 8 of Wands, fantastic. So this is what you're thinking about, okay, which is awesome. You're thinking that she's your destined path. You're going to be moving towards her. Hopefully the two of you can, wipe the slate clean with all this truth and clarity, but you are coming towards her, divinely inspired to gift her that kind of truth. The truth, the clarity, the honesty, the transparency that you know she's going to need in order to make an informed decision about being with you. And because of all that and all this healing that you've done, our name, you are now an emperor. You're an emperor status, which is the highest masculine status energy in the deck, tarot deck. And the Empress is the highest feminine. But you're highly revered, this is victory and fame and success. You're highly revered. Look at all these people cheering you on. You know, you're highly revered by others because you become a well-grounded, fair, loving, compassionate, kind, and just upright. You know, being truthful, loyal, and devoted, and you just have the energy of like if you could put energy to numbers, I would say I'm a billionaire times 10. You know, I'm that kind of resonance, that big energy, big energy. You lead people, and very well. You have all the tools you need in order for it, because you're connected to the divine. You really are leading every step now of your life with consulting your heart. What does my heart really want here? What I could think that I'd like to have this, but what is my heart really saying about this? So you consult your heart, right? That's going to lead to victory and success for you, and to great what do you call it? It's going to combat reciprocated communication, passionate communication with her. These are all this is what you're thinking. You think this, you'll manifest it. Where's that manifestation card? You're thinking that as long as you got your heart in the right place, you're manifesting this energy. Okay, so I want you to be clear about this. It's yes, yes, yes. You keep thinking and feeling that this love for this person, the way the divine is offering it to you, our names, you will be successful. You will actually be able to meet up with her or communicate with her and give her your cup of love and apology and all the goods of the information that she needs to know. She'll put an end to not being available to you. What more can I say? So Page of Cups, that's good news. If that's what you're hoping for. Our names, what's the Page of Cups? Archangel Michael, my Holy Spirit. Ooh, 4 of Wands. You see her as marriage material, or 11 and 11, or 11, 6 of Pentacles, giving fairly, where you were not before, and you're moving away from the rough waters of your deceptive. There was from your deceptive previous ways of operating on your world. You're moving away from that, which included this one in your life, our names, who was not above board either. She was rather low vibe too, as this would be a low vibe. You're moving from the low vibe, which is the rough waters here, to calmer waters further out. And that calmer waters is actually going towards, that one there. So you are seeing her as a twin flame, and or just like you could come towards her at some point in the near future, you'd want to ask for her hand in marriage. And because you're prepared to give equally that you did not before. You are going to equal give and take. And this is this is how you're going to be moving in your life now. You're looking for the calm waters. Not you no longer like you're in the emotions, for one thing, the water, right? You're in your emotions, but you want to be in the emotional, stable, tempered type of, I'm in control of my emotions. They don't control me. Yep. So let's talk about her now. So that's all good. Yay. Death, Archangel Michael, my Holy Spirit, for our names, the one that's in there, our names environment, please. 3 of Wands, Judgment, and 3 of Pentacles with the Queen of Cups. There she is. There she is. She's also, she was Queen of Wands as well. She's very, you're very attracted to her. You see her as a sweetheart, and she's got a lot of compassion and love to give. But you see her also as being very alluring, a get up and goer. Somebody who takes on life and doesn't shy away from it, but does it in a way that allows people to feel safe, safe and secure, because she's love. She's loving, she's compassionate, she's intuitive, so it means she's connected to the divine, but she has a lot of fire in her. She's fiery and spontaneous at the same time. That's a great combination right there. So that's who she is. She's the one who the divine said, you can't do this with him the way you were doing it with him. So we're going to, you're making, first of all, she's making a final decision after her healing and thinking about the past and what she wants to harvest from it. She's saying, I am going to be only giving myself to somebody who really wants to make an effort in my life to be with me. So the divine said, let's get you ready for you to turn your back on being alone and wanting to see where you are with respect to, well, the divine wants to show you what you can bring into your life, right? Where your ships are going to come in and where you're going to be able to put your focus to connect with people, to connect with others. This could be others in the community, whatever, but the divine is asking you to get out there. In other words, get out there. That's what the divine is asking your queen and your Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands person. The divine is asking her to get out there. She's tempering and she's ready to realize her harvest. So it's time now that she gets up off her, no more resting to heal, because she's done. She's put an end to things, a way of thinking, a way of being, a way of a life that she had before. Maybe she was in a relationship and she's put an end to that. And she's going to move into an energy of socializing, socializing and being free to get out there and be social and enjoy herself. So, Emperor, our name, you know what you're going to have to do. She's going to be out there. Okay, that's all I have to say. All right, the 10 of Cups energy. Let's talk about the energy you're in, or were in, or want to be in. The Tower. 2 of Swords. And the Sun with the Empress. There she is. Okay, so 10 of Cups. That has come to an end. The Tower came in. God said, nope, this ain't working for any of y'all. None of y'all. You might think it was, but it's not. You got to leave this toxicity behind, which means you got to leave that, because this one's just not making the effort to grow. Okay, like you are, and like your Queen of Cups and Queen of Wands is. So the Emperor says, you two hearts are matching more than you were with this one here, our names. That's got to come to an end. You have to get off the fence and stop, just coasting. Make a decision. So you've made a decision to no longer not be making a decision, not seeing and not wanting to allow your emotions to come up, to speak them. You're making a decision to express them because the divine has moved in to help you do that. And also the sun means that you actually see your empress, which is her, the highest feminine energy in the deck. Remember, now you're perfectly yoked, right? Same energies here, emperor and empress. You're both ready for expansion and growth when you come together. You see her as your happiness, your incredible happiness. Okay, guys, so that's what I know for this. I hope you liked it. Please like and share and subscribe. Thank you so much. And until next month, our names, take care. Bye now.